saw an ad in my Facebook feed and I thought to myself, this young guru is trying to trick me into thinking he hangs with billionaires. I'm being invited to a free training to learn how to build a profitable business using the 5 steps that self-made billionaires followed. This guru wants you to believe that he's hanging with Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk. I can barely tell it's a photoshopped image. And then I saw a second ad from this Billionaire Transfer profile and realized I really needed to join the webinar so I could learn about a business opportunity better than e-commerce, SMMA, real estate wholesaling, and every other guru biz op. Let's sign up for the webinar and see if this is just another internet marketing business opportunity that sounds too good to be true.
Now, if you want the highest chances of creating a profitable business, which is what the Billionaire Transfer is about, do you follow Jeff Bezos, the richest man in the world, or some barely millionaire guru?
Instructions are unclear. Follow Jeff Bezos or follow a barely millionaire guru. What's ironic about this statement is that this guru is most likely not a millionaire based on the income numbers he provides later in the presentation. And following Jeff Bezos is like reading a Shakespearean sonnet in French when you have the reading level of Floyd Mayweather.
You cannot deny you can learn exponentially more about making a lot of money from billionaires than a millionaire.
There are an estimated 630 billionaires in the United States of America. Do you know how small of a number 630 is? My small town high school in Georgia has more students than there are billionaires in the US. They are incredibly unique and generally had advantages that no one knows about. What's bizarre about this guru's sales pitch is that he seems to want to distance himself from fake gurus who are millionaires and pass off the credibility concerns to the billionaires.
In fact, you may have tried a ton of different business opportunities that didn't work. And the thing is, it's really not your fault. It's really not. Because they were teaching you millionaire guru stuff instead of giving you the path straight from the best of all time.
The millionaire guru stuff was the problem. You've probably struggled with all of those other courses, but it's not your fault. We should have been following billionaires all along because
billionaires are 1,000 times better at making money than millionaires.
This entire webinar was 2 hours long and was about as painful to watch as any Jackass episode involving dicks, balls, and firecrackers. I figured this would be a good chance to break down a webinar and see if we can learn a new business opportunity. The business opportunity presented in this webinar is creating your own digital agency, aka SMMA, which is social media marketing agency. The business model is not a scam. Some people do have success. It's the program Tai Lopez sold, but it's incredibly challenging and takes a lot of time to get good. You also need to have specific skills in order to succeed. A course like this one will provide a lot of the tools, but it's always on the student to make it happen. It's why I mostly focus on how these programs are sold as opposed to the course itself.
Now, I don't say any of this to brag. All right, that's not what I'm about. I'm not impressed with myself by any means. You know, I have really big goals for where I want to be, right? In fact, I want to be a billionaire.
This young guru is named Tristan Larson and put on this webinar to share with us his love for billionaires. The funny thing about billionaires is that none of them set out to be one. They created the right company at the right time and the right combination of variables struck correctly, and their market share was large enough that the company was valued at more than $1 billion. What's hilarious to me about these internet marketing gurus is their affinity for making money and aspiring to be worth hundreds of millions of dollars, yet 99.99999% of wealthy business owners have zero social media presence, have zero interest in selling a course, and have absolutely zero interest in running a webinar for a get-rich-quick business opportunity. We should have known this guy teamed up with Caleb. Tristan will be a billionaire by the way he thinks, apparently, because all it takes to earn money is thinking about it. These kids make money, I'm not taking that away from them, but to me there's nothing actually being created, and you're more of a teacher than a business owner or entrepreneur. You're a high-paid teacher when selling courses, and there's a very low ceiling on your earning potential.
Now, the good news is you can actually develop a billionaire brain. Science has proven anyone can develop a billionaire brain. And I'm going to prove that to you in a couple minutes.
He's treating the brain like a science experiment. Instead of Anthony Michael Hall creating a hot woman, he should have pieced together a brain and became a billionaire. At this point, you're probably wondering what this webinar is actually about. Even though the presenter is only a couple of years away from being a billionaire, he spends the first hour trying to hype up the idea that a billionaire brain is attainable. It's the billionaire brain that will help you with this business opportunity.
Billionaires built their brain the same way you build a Lamborghini, using the very best parts. And the key to hacking your way to a profitable business faster is giving your brain the same parts as billionaires.
I wish I could piece my brain together like we were in some robotic machine assembly line. I'll have the neuroplasticity that gives me George Clooney's charisma, the humor of Bill Burr, the intelligence of Elon Musk, and Dan Pena's humility.
Now, real quick, who is this for? You're probably wondering, is this for me?
What BizOp gurus will do during their webinars is have what I like to call fake disqualifiers. This is not for you if you're the type of person who, and then list the most obvious stupid disqualifiers. Tristan does the same thing where he has a list that casts a net so wide that literally everyone falls under it. This course is for you if you work full-time or part-time, if you do or do not want to sleep with your boss, or if you own a home or you're homeless. Young Tristan might have been homeless if he didn't find the system to wealth, because let's hear about his backstory.
I could have been dead or in jail. I was a bad kid growing up. The last kid you would ever think would be successful. I was suicidal. At some point in my time, in my past, I cut myself. I would punch holes in walls. I would steal earrings from the mall. I was a bad kid.
This is hands down the best backstory I have ever heard in any guru webinar. This has to be the cover art for his rap album, and he definitely left out that where he's from, people don't make it past 25 for added effect.
In fact, most gurus learn from other gurus. So most of these mentors just recycle other mentors' information. The Billionaire Transfer path is the product of me spending 1,000+ hours studying the world's richest people, not some barely rich guru or my limited experience.
Tristan is trying something new with this sales pitch. It's not the barely millionaire gurus who are teaching you this new opportunity. It's billionaires. All of these sales pitches and opportunities are recycled at this point from their mentors. Does Tristan make money from his agency? Maybe. The business model itself is not a scam, but gurus turn to running these webinars and courses because of how much easier it is to sell the course than attain new clients.
And it requires close to no capital.
No money, almost no risk, no sales, no expertise, no rich parents, no office, can be done part-time. He just happens to forget the most important part. Someone has to have the ability to sell their services to small businesses and deliver consistently to keep the client. This is way harder than it looks. You think a small business is going to hire you for $1,000 a month and you have no social media presence, no experience running ads, and no proof that you can make that money back for the business? These courses will certainly give you some help, but before you buy into any of these biz ops, you have to really ask yourself if you're built for the work. Can you go to a local business and pitch them on hiring you to run their social media? Can you run advertising for that business such that they make more money than it costs to hire you plus the ad spend? If the answer is no, then you aren't going to succeed. These sales pitches conveniently leave out disqualifiers for people who wouldn't be a good fit.
And number 3, you need to create a $1 trillion offer.
He breaks down that in order to become a billionaire, you'll need to start with a high-ticket recurring solution. Just go out and start making $20K a month to get started. It's easy when you create a $1 trillion offer for a potential client. We are now 51 minutes into the webinar and he's dancing around what you'll actually be doing. The reason for that is all of these biz ops are incredibly difficult and have super low success rates even for those who give a great effort. It's just how running a business is. Every single idea or industry is hard. What Tristan is doing, and I'm curious to see if other gurus start doing it, is dancing around the actual business opportunity with new terminology and learning from billionaires. To me, none of this 2-hour presentation actually broke down what an actual SMMA business was or how difficult it actually is. If gurus actually spent the time detailing what the actual opportunity was, no one would buy. It's why they create these fantasies about you just needing to change your thinking to become a billionaire, and I'm going to give you a new and easy system to start making $20K a month tomorrow.
This sounds crazy. I've said this before, but I no longer believe $1 billion is a lot of money.
The third wave of these gurus is so attached to this law of attraction world that they really do believe that you just think your way to becoming a millionaire and billionaire. It's so much easier to sell courses when you tell prospective students that thinking is what fills the gap between poor and rich. It's about time we figure out the value of this course.
If you offered me $1,000, for example, and I offered you $10,000 in value back, would you trade me?
This part of webinars and sales pitches is where the guru will prime you to get comfortable spending $1,000, and in return, you'll 10x your money. It's not a coincidence that this course costs $1,000. $1,000 to me, and I give you $10,000. I can't believe I'd even consider that trade, but I guess I'll do it just to help you out. When they've primed you on spending $1,000, do you know what comes next? The fake value stack. Let's see how much this course should cost.
For a total value of $106,495.
Whoa, $100K of value. This is called price anchoring. Gurus will use this number to have you believe it's worth $100K, and then they'll slowly give reasons why it should be less and less and less. And after a 5-minute build-up, they'll reveal that the price is only $997.
And $25,000 is 0.0000025%.
As part of the build-up, he dropped from $100K to now asking you if you would invest $25,000 that could be worth $250,000 long-term.
Yet, we can do even better.
Then he drops down and says he recently spent $6,000 and it made him $100,000 for one piece of information. And that guru isn't nearly as good as me.
Is you need to create a $1 trillion offer that delivers 10 times the value of your fee.
You need to create a $1 trillion offer in order to be a billionaire. Next, we're going to find out the price of this course that's going to teach us how to become billionaires.
You'll be able to get full lifetime access to this incredible training program called Billionaire Transfer. Forget this, not even $2,500, which is freaking bonkers. Instead, just $997.
Oh my God, we can receive $100K of value all for only $997? What a bargain. I wonder if he's going to regret giving us this much of a discount.
And honestly, I feel a little stupid for giving a deal so freaking good. I'm going to regret this later.
Yes, of course he's going to regret missing out on so much revenue and course sales by pricing it at $997 instead of $100K. In conclusion, the problem I have with how these business opportunities are sold is in the actual sales pitch. These gurus make it sound so easy, keep the actual business idea vague, and then use all of these gimmicks to sell you, whether it's flashy cars, a lifestyle, or trying to convince you that you can attain a billionaire brain. As the market gets smarter to the sales tactics of these schemers, they are going to pivot and use different methods of trying to sell you on their get-rich-easy courses. Every single one of these business opportunities works, whether it's e-com, selling on Amazon, real estate wholesaling, SMMA, they aren't scams. But very few people succeed, and it takes hard work, persistence, luck, timing, having the ability to sell yourself, and most importantly, having the ability to service a client. I want to live in a world where the gurus can share their successes with full transparency and sales will happen organically. I'm cool with advertising these business opportunities, but when I see the tactics that were used in this webinar, my natural response is to call it out for what it is. My goal isn't to ruin reputations, but I will call out certain sales tactics when I see them. Hopefully you found this video entertaining or educational. I sat through this 2-hour webinar twice to make this video. Thank you so much for watching.